Everyone keeps asking the same question: how do I write better prompts? And the internet, without fail, responds like it's reading from the back of a cereal box. Be specific. Tell the model to act like an expert, which is technically true, in the same way that saying use the steering wheel technically teaches someone how to drive. Great. I'm still heading directly into a tree. So today, we're not doing prompt hacks. No copy this and unlock God mode nonsense. Instead, we're talking about how prompt engineering actually works. Not how TikTok thinks it works, how the people who build these models think about it. Yes, prompt engineering is real, but it's not what people think it is. It's not about sounding smart. It's not about fancy formatting. And it's definitely not about typing, "You are a world-class expert," like the model needs reassurance before it starts working. Because if prompts were really just about typing the right words, half the internet wouldn't be posting screenshots saying, "Why is ChatGPT so bad?" And you've seen those screenshots. You've probably made one. And the response is always like, staring at it thinking, "I didn't ask for this. I don't know what I asked for, but it wasn't this." That feeling, that's not the model being dumb. That's you being unclear. Which is fine. Everyone is unclear at first. This video is basically about that gap, and before someone comments, "Can you give one perfect prompt that works for everything?" No, there isn't. That's like asking for one programming language that works for every app, every scale, every use case, and also somehow makes your app profitable. Prompt engineering is a lot like programming. You don't write the same code for a banking app, a game, and a weekend side project held together by hope and caffeine. Same skill, different logic. The first mistake people make is treating prompts like instructions. They write them like essays. They keep rewriting the same sentence, thinking, okay, maybe if I phrase this better or more politely, the model will magically understand what I mean. It won't. Prompting is closer to debugging. You try something. It kind of works. It fails in a weird way. You stare at it, you go, "Why did you focus on that?" Then you change one thing and try again. That loop is prompt engineering. People who are good at prompting aren't smarter. They just don't expect the first answer to be perfect. And they don't take it personally when the model does something dumb. Another mistake, and this one is very common, people try way too hard to sound smart. A lot of prompts read like they're written to impress the model. Use advanced reasoning. Think step by step like a senior PhD. Most of the time, that doesn't help that much. The model usually already knows how to do the task. The issue is it has no idea what you want. Here's a common example. You have a transcript from a meeting. People talked for an hour. Some decisions were made, some risks were mentioned. Most of it was filler. You just want the important parts. So people write something like, "Summarize this. Make it short but detailed. Keep it simple but professional. Just give me the key takeaways." Everyone has written that, including me. It sounds fine. Short but detailed doesn't mean anything. Simple but insightful doesn't mean anything. The model isn't confused because it's bad. It's confused because you didn't give it anything concrete. So instead of trying to sound impressive, be boring. Boring works. You could say, "Summarize this in exactly 15 bullet points. Each bullet should be either a decision, a material risk, or a required next step. Ignore background and explanations. Write this for an executive skimming it in under 30 seconds. If information is missing, say that instead of guessing." Now the model knows what you want. There's nothing to interpret. That's basically the theme of this entire video. Clear language beats clever language every single time. The best prompts sound like they were written by someone who just wants the task done so they can close their laptop. No roleplay. No legendary expert forged in fire. When people try to be clever, they accidentally create puzzles. And puzzles introduce interpretation. And interpretation is where things go wrong. If you asked a coworker, "Can you make this better?" their first response would be, "Better how?" The model can't ask that, so it guesses. And when it guesses wrong, people blame the model. Another thing people chase is prompt tricks. Yes, tricks exist. They work for a while, then the model changes, and the trick stops working. Because engineers add that behavior directly into the model during pre-training, so using that twice doesn't make any difference. What stays useful is boring stuff. Clear tasks, good structure, realistic expectations. Examples help too, but people misuse them. If you give a very specific example, the model might copy it too closely. If you want strict output, give a tight example. If you want flexibility, give a loose one. You're showing the shape of the answer, not the content. And when the output is bad, most people overreact. They rewrite the entire prompt. That's usually a mistake. Instead, ask yourself what exactly went wrong. Did it focus on the wrong thing? Did it use the wrong tone? Did it ignore a constraint? Did it assume something you never said? Fix that one issue. Try again. Small changes usually work better than full rewrites. Another thing that matters: write prompts like you won't be there to explain them, even if it's just for you. Future, you will forget what you meant. A good prompt answers three things: what the task is, what a good result looks like, and what should be ignored. If a prompt only works when you're babysitting it, it's not finished. And please, one goal per prompt. People ask for too much at once. Summarize this, analyze it, rewrite it professionally, and generate ideas. That's not one task, that's 4. Sometimes the model handles it. Sometimes it mixes everything together, and when it fails, you don't know why. Doing one thing at a time is slower but clearer, and clarity matters more than convenience. So after all of this, here's the simplest way to think about prompts. A good prompt is not clever. A good prompt does 3 things. First, it clearly says what you want done. No guessing. Plain and boring. Second, it describes what a good answer looks like. Length, tone, structure, audience. And third, it quietly removes the ways the model could misunderstand you. What to ignore, what not to do, what not to assume. That's it. You don't need expert mode. You just need to explain your intent clearly, like talking to someone smart who doesn't already know what you're thinking. Because the model ain't bad at thinking. It's bad at guessing. And once you stop making it guess, prompting stops feeling random.